For decades, perhaps even tens of decades, the world of science and academia have foolishly regarded Noah's Ark as little more than a glorified myth. But let me ask, exactly how many of you have bothered to talk to an animal about it? Not one of you. Interesting. Now, the following information was revealed to me through thousands and thousands of interviews I conducted with various members of the animal kingdom. And animals do not lie to one another. That's just part of the animal code. So, the first thing that Noah's Ark skeptics usually ask is, how did Noah gather all those freaking animals? There's like 8 or 9 continents or something. How'd he do it? Well, the answer is simple. He didn't. It was our responsibility to get there on time if we didn't want to go extinct. According to the Bible, it took between 75 to 125 years to complete the ark. So they had more than enough time to get there. Once aboard the ark, Noah and his family tried their best to keep everybody fed with what they had readily available. Fish for the carnivores and seaweed for the vegetarians. But it wasn't long until about 95% of the animals started complaining that their stomachs weren't capable of properly digesting seaweed nutrients and fish proteins. So all these picky eaters start throwing up the fish guts they can't properly synthesize all over the place, and pretty soon the predators are like, screw this, I'm gonna eat. So they just start murdering indiscriminately, knocking species after species permanently out of the food chain. Now it's chaos. And since there was only 2 of each of them, their survival instincts start kicking in. And pretty soon, all the animals were fucking each other like there was no tomorrow. It was just this huge, nightmarish barnyard blood orgy, with baboons fornicating on top of baby hippos, copulating zebra butts spinning around, and this frickin' anteater's doinger bouncing all over the place. And then this monkey just starts fucking this duck like it's some kind of free-for-all. And the llama says, well, fine, guess I'm gonna fuck this cow then. And pigs are fucking goats. And this big-ass turtle is like, whoa, I'm Superman. And everybody's still throwing up while they climax and gorge on the world's last 2 baby woolly mammoths. Finally, Noah pops in and he's like, what the fuck, you guys? This is disgusting. You've crushed all our freaking dino eggs. The woolly mammoth and saber-toothed tiger babies are dead. We've lost at least 3,000 species here, guys. That sucks. And I seriously hope you're all willing to offer up any future offspring that this insane little fuckfest of yours just produced as food to the group. Because Lord knows that the last thing we need here is another 60 to 80,000 mouths to feed. Look, I am 600 years old. I started building this thing when I was somewhere between 475 to 525. I am way too old for this shit. This is my freaking ark. I got you on here, and what you do from here on in is up to you. Well, the animals could have wasted their time feeling pretty ashamed of themselves at that moment, but they realized then and there that if they were going to make it, they'd have to step it up and act like a team. Mr. Beaver, Mr. Rhino, and Mr. and Mrs. Woodpecker sprang into action, carving small holes into the ship's walls for everyone to crap out of. It may not seem like much, but it was a start. The animals also enacted a strict anti-fornication rule under penalty of death. Now, you may think it's impossible to get herds of wild beasts to deny their innate sexual instincts, but you see the unicorn species go extinct in a public execution, and suddenly your biological urges seem pretty easy to control. And yeah, maybe you'd cry over it, but that night you had unicorn meat for dinner. It was through brave sacrifices like these and the animal kingdom's willingness to work together as a whole that the brave mammals, reptiles, and whatever the other things are called survived. They truly are the unsung heroes of Noah's Ark. Jesus!